So the first deck of the new patch, as voted on by you guys, we're going to be doing Dwarves. So basically running Mahakam Forge with Tactical Advantage to boost something in the game. Our plan here is we're going to do a deck with all three Zoltans, so Scoundrel, Chive, and the Warrior. Reason why is that means Zoltan's Company spawns 5 guys, and you can spawn 5 guys into Brewer, and that'd be a fantastic round we can do. Other things to note here, we have Justice for our tutoring, and we want to be using this Giant Slayer if possible. I don't know if he's the best card in this specific deck, but he is pretty cool, so we're going to be using him as he's a new card. And we'll see what we can do here with our bronzes and such. The only card that we might want to throw in here that I think we will toss in instead of the Miners for a second is I think we want to go with the Guard. Where is the Guard? This one. Boost itself by number of guys in a row. I think we want to do that because we have a lot of more spawning options here. And it's a pretty big slam. A bunch of points. And then we've got this for a bit of control. And this should be pretty good. And we'll go with this one. Basic idea here, we want to win round 1. And then round 2, we either go for 2-0 with Zoltan's Company into Brewer, or we can go into a long round 3 with Brewer. Either is fine. We do have Defender. We don't have a Heatwave of our own, so we do have to be a little careful with the opponent runs, but this should work out pretty well. Fruits of Ysgith, this should be interesting. Should be interesting. We got the Justice in our hand. These guys we can combine with some armor. It wouldn't be bad. Probably don't need 2 of these. Setting up his Mamuna. Nothing unusual there. Let's just go with a Skirmisher. Or we can start with a... Let's just start with a Giant Slayer. He might be running Predatory Dive, though. Let's do this. He might have for that Predatory Dive. See what he has here. He's going to out-engine us because we don't have Brewer, unfortunately. But I think we still want to go for the Justice. Maybe we can kill a couple of these off with a Zoltan Warrior. We'll see if he keeps playing guys. We can kill these both off. Maybe then we take the round, but that's a commitment of our Zoltan Warrior. It's probably worth it, though. Probably worth it to do this. Then our Giant Slayer kills that one. Do you have Resilience now? And now we go with this, the Justice, and we'll play out the Marauder, or the Volunteers. Boom. Get some more points. And we go up here, because Zoltan Warrior does a random damage. And we can go into Decree for Brewer if we want to, but we really need him for the longer round. Of course he had both of these in his hand. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? So we're down 10. Get 2 pings here, so we need a 9-point play. This is only 8. We could go Decree into more carryover, which I like. So we'll go Decree into our Zoltan Chive here. That's more carryover. And then he can win here. It won't be uneven, but we have 8 points of carryover now. I'm guessing this is that new Necromnicon card or whatever. He's getting 2 points a turn. 2 points per turn. Got 4 armor here. Let's play the Chariot melee. And then we'll start armoring up our Zoltan to use with these Marauders. So the first one's 11, the next one's 12. There's a Mega Scope. He's getting a lot of engine value here. I think we just use the Forge ability, and then we try and get a win on even with it. I think we just do this. I think it's worth using the Mahakam Forge here. It'll be a 14. It's a lot. Okay. Let's see how many points he generates here. Oh, he went for the Griffin. So he gets +4. He goes to 73. So he can force his last card out, which we will. And let's see what his last card is, and if he wants to play it. Gargantian. He's going to use that. I think he does win this with only bronze cards. Of course he does. But we have 8 points of carryover, so that should count for something. That should make this round 2. Well, we go up a card because of that carryover, unless he plays something. And we just want Broover and Zoltan's Company now. That's all we really care about. His hand's not very good. Up a card from Resilience. Good to see. Good to see. Now, I think he's going for a bronze deck with the thing that summons back the bronzes. But we just want Zoltan's Company. We do have it. Now we just need Broover. This is a worse card. Okay, this hand is what we want. Combined with Monroe if possible. So I think we'll put back a guard. Okay. So let's just open Fegus. Let's see if he goes for the Predatory Dive. Didn't seem like he had it earlier, so we kind of went for this. Let's go Zoltan's Company. Then we go Broover, and just kind of go with that. He might not have played the Predatory Dive here if he had it, knowing we were going to play Broover. But then we're going to spawn these guys, now they're lower. I just don't think he has it. If he had it, he would have played it. There's that. Does that help us? That helps us. That's pretty cool. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for the help, buddy. Gave me another unit, gave me a Monroe, gave me all the transforms, and now we have Broover and Dwarves as always. They got some power in these bronze cards. That is for sure. Let's just see if he can do anything about it. There's a Drowner. He's going to move our Defender. Thing is, I can just move it back with this new order it's got, so it's back. We will go with this Guard. This gives us 4 turns. We'll go this first. And then this Guard we want to save space in this row for, but there's a lot of pings going around here, and we're up by 38. There's so much value from the Dwarf long round still, that I don't know what he's going to do about it, really. I don't think he can do much. There's Naglfar. There's the Bloody Mistress, so here comes his engine value. It's unfortunate for him not going to be quite big enough. And we will go with our Barclay. Alright, we'll go with this here. Go here. Fire off some more shots. Pew, pew, pew. Kill one of the Gurnicor's fruits. He still has 2. But we're up by 50 points approximately, so he's going to pass. And we'll pass here too. We could have gotten easily over 100. Maybe like 120 here. So this restores our armor, and then we got the Duda. So, GG. Mirror match, not what we want to see here. We don't have any of the mirror match tech cards. No Ursine, none of that stuff. And we're going second. Maybe we can take use of that a little bit. We have to be smart about our Giant Slayers. I think that carryover is what will really give us the lead here. And the Marauder applications. And since that's so important, I think we do want both Chariots. Broover as well. Our own ping cards, like the Berserkers, aren't very good because he's going to have armor and everything. And his aren't very good either. So I think what we want to do is try and win this round with Marauders and the Chariots. Do we have Monroe? We don't. He would have been a nice card to have. While we're waiting here, guys, if you enjoy the stuff we make on the channel, subscribe. Really does help out. Like the videos. Leave a comment if you want to see something different. It's all very helpful. I'll just throw this out when someone's taking a while, and this guy's taking a while on his very first turn. Probably has to think about this. Mirror matches do require more thinking than usual, I think. There's a lot of thinks in a word, in a sentence. There's the Agitator. We're not actually running Agitator. It's a decent card. Decent card. We can go with the Giant Slayer here. Give him a bunch of armor. That's higher base power. We'll try and remove the barricade, but I think this is a good start, and then we just go with those Chariots. He might skirmish for this if he has it. So we'll go Chariot, Chariot, start stacking armor, Marauder, Marauder. In between, we'll probably play this Skirmisher and Zoltan for carryover. See how this works out. We go Chariot, spawn 2 guys melee. He's trying to deny us from killing it. That's fine. We do the Skirmisher, which will put 6 damage into it eventually if he doesn't kill it. I'll go with the other Chariot next, and we'll start giving armor out. Kind of expect him to play a Skirmisher here and try and move our barricade. Nope, he's just going to go with his own Zoltan. Try and hit it. He's probably trying to hit this. Didn't get it. Let's play another one of these. Let's see what he has next. He did commit Zoltan Warrior for this. We want to play our Zoltan Chive if possible. This isn't row locked, so that's not too big a deal. He did snipe the other one. Not too surprising. Let's give this another point. Now let's play this guy for some carryover. Even if the Giant Slayer doesn't die now, or even if the Giant Slayer doesn't get his ping, we can at least get that carryover. We'll try and get it with this Skirmisher, though. Try and help that speed up a bit. We do have a pretty decent play. The Marauder... Okay, so there's Miner. So he's running Marauders. The Miners and the Marauders are really interesting together. I just found that there were too many Bronze 4 Persian cards I wanted. I think the Guard's Point Slam, it might be more valuable than this combo with Marauder, because you can already get Marauder pretty big with the Chariots. Of course, he double hit that. We'll go with the melee ability here. Of course, he's going to do that, make that a little bit bigger. I'm not going to get this Giant Slayer's carryover, I don't think, but we do have the Zoltan Chives. More armor on that guy. It might just be time here to try and put our stuff into a different guy, but we'll hit this anyway. And then I think we'll put this on him. And we'll go with our Barclay. Nothing has to be played next to anything else, but we do have the option of Broover, so we will play this ranged. It's a pretty big boost to all of our cards. And if his armor, if his pings hit armor, so if they both miss this guy and they don't hit the same card, which is pretty likely, they should hit different cards. There's a decent chance they don't hit this. Well, a good chance they don't hit this. We're up ahead on even then. Like, they both have to hit this card for him to win currently. And our Marauder will be a pretty decent play. He's going to go for a luck. I'm not sure that was the right target. We'll go here and play a Marauder. It's going to play for 10, which is quite nice. 10 for 5 is good. Like I said, you don't really need the miners to get value off of these Marauders most of the time. Although they certainly help set it up easier. It's up to you. I tried it. Well, I tried it for like a game or two, and I just went with this. It's the version of the deck I wanted to run. I'm definitely playing this other Marauder. He's going to Oneiromancy something out. What's it going to be? Okay, that's a pretty good play for him. It's like, what, 16? Yeah, 16. That being said, we can armor him again and go with another Marauder. And that doesn't cost us nearly as many provisions. And we can still threaten our own Fegus, even though we don't have it. Oh, we got his Broover. That's key. We're out of this round. That's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So now we're the ones with Zoltan Company Broover as a play. We didn't use a... He used Warrior, Dennis, Broover. Oops, I don't want to click that. I mean, we played Barclay. That's it. Show you some value there. I think we do want to thin our deck with these. I don't think we want this. Decree is a fantastic card. Let's keep this. Because we can thin with Mahakam Volunteers. Is he really going to go for this? He's going for it. He can't go for Volunteers because he doesn't have a Dwarf. And he realized that. I guess GG. Yeah, I think that last guy, I think he may have been confused with us having the Zoltan carryover. And then he thought he had a Dwarf, so he could go with the Guardian Justice. Because if he doesn't have a unit out, he can't trigger Volunteers. He also just can't get the Crown Splitter guy either. So it's just like a play of 4 Persian card from his deck. I think he thought he might have had the Zoltan. Double Cross, my least favorite deck in the game other than Mill. But you know, why would you play a mirror match? We just make every game a mirror match. Whatever. We'll do our best here. Rune Mage makes this deck way stronger. Like, it lost a provision from Double Cross, but the addition of Rune Mage I think makes the deck's better than before, honestly. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. In our hand, we're going second this time, which is a good thing for sure. Do we have Monroe? We don't. Oh, we do. Monroe, this gets 2 guys. We can only spawn 2. We need Decree. This looks pretty good. You want to win this round and bleed out all of his gold cards round 2. I think we just Giant Slayer that to start with. He might have he'll have a damage card for this, but if he puts into 4 armor, I'm not going to complain too much. And we can restore it with Zoltan's Company if we want to. Or Barclay will restore it. You know. No, it probably won't die, because he's not going to Invocation this, so we can go with the Justice next turn, which is what we want. Then our deck, tempo play. Let's see what he makes. He's going to go with this guy, so this is 1 damage. It's not amazing. We'll go with Justice, player volunteers. Then our deck, get a point slam card, keep up with them. Looking alright so far. He's playing pretty low tempo. I think we go with this here, and then see if we get the Monroe. Because Monroe will be a big tempo card, because it gives us +4 here, and he's a 6, so that's 10. With the 2 pings, it plays for 12. Yeah. This is Nilfgaard for you. They can't handle their plan being ruined, they just quit the game. Thanks, Brady. I'm glad I played that with you. Alrighty, what's the next guy we're going to face? Are they going to quit on turn 3 because we're ahead? Who knows? Who knows? It's going to be Scoia. Alright, good. This is our first Scoia opponent. Yalmar got buffed. Other than that, I might be playing Lippy with the Golden Compass. That's a very strong card. I think that's probably what this will be. So it might be pretty fun to see that in action. I think the Giant Slayers will be really good here. He'll have to send damage into the armor. And if not, he should have things at higher base power so we can get the deploy for the bonus armor. Also, can the game start? What's going on here? What is going on? Server. Hello. Well, anyway. There we go. Took long enough. So I think we actually, the Marauder, don't have Justice. But Justice is fine, not on Volunteers. So I think the Marauder here, we can Marauder on this. This is pretty decent. His hand's not bad. I'll put the guard back. Dennis is nice. We definitely want to get armor here. Put this guy back. Justice is just much better. Playing into it. I'd rather have it played with Justice. I don't think we're going to need it this round. So we're going to go with these guys. And hopefully get some pings. Some setup. We could Decree into Monroe if we want. But I don't think we will want to. We will play Zoltan. Then go probably Marauder and Fegus on it. Give it some armor with the Chariot. There's the Ursine. It's unfortunate we don't have an answer to this. There's no Heatwave in our deck. You can run one if you want. It's probably a good addition. There's his 16-point opener. The rain won't do too much here. He does have Veil, but I think we can Giant Slayer ping that guy. I think this is worth it. Of course, he's going to hit us with a damage card. Maybe we just open with this, but then he kills it. Let's go Giant Slayer. You could potentially put both Giant Slayers on it. Anyway. We'll do Royal Decree. Let's see if he wants to hit us with a Gutting Slash or something here. Okay, so he's just going for maximum carryover. Can we win the round? Or is this like a lost cause? We're going to play this Chariot anyway. So I'm definitely going to play Zoltan for carryover. Kind of see what he does here. Okay, this looks pretty standard. It's like a pretty standard deck so far. No Lippy or anything. Let's go with Zoltan for a bit of boosts. Throw him in armor. From Marauder and Fegus. I think we'll play one of those next turn. Okay, hopefully this isn't a tempo discard. I did one discard fodder. Okay, that's what I thought. And it's going to be a little half through. So it's only a 4-point play. He already got his Ceres out, so that's Interesting. I think we will just go here and go with one of our Marauders. Pretty big play, honestly. Keep up with them a little bit. We go Fegus next turn, potentially. I think we will go Fegus next turn. Could also Giant Slayer the Cerus. We'll see. He's gonna go Restore probably here. Or Heal, rather, with the Cerus. If he plays a Sigvald, we can't win the round. There's not the Callus. Remove our Giant Slayer armor. We can get that back if we want to. Do we want to? Because we can just go like this. I mean, that's not hard to do. I don't think we'll play the second Giant Slayer here. Obviously, we're not going to do too much here because he has the armor, but we're making our Fegus bigger. He's holding off on his Cerus order, which is a big thing he can do. This is what, 18 now? 16? Pretty big heal. Okay, there is the Sigvald. So like I said, once he Sigvalds us... Okay, he didn't use it yet, though. He didn't use it yet. We can Fegus, but I think I'd rather just... This is never getting its carryover, and this is worth more. Let's give it to this anyway. And we'll throw this guy down on this side. We don't have to win on even, we're just trying to win. And Fegus will give us the win. And this is the turn he goes for the Cerus, pretty sure. It has to be it. He's up by 21. 22. If we go Fegus, it's 7, 14. That's a lot of points. I think we go for the Fegus here. That's a really big boost. And we'll keep pushing him here. Not the Callus removes our armor. That doesn't do too much. So I'm gonna go for that. He just has full combo here. We're just trying to get cards out of him. Like, he can't have many cards left that he wants to play here. Okay, Bride. That's a good one to be gone. Okay, then he used the Sigvald order, so now we're out of here. There's his 110-point round 1, naturally. So, we're done. His Melusine Revive is going to be really big. That's going to be a problem for us for this game. We don't have a Heatwave. The Defender, anyway. There's not much we can do about it. This might be one of those games where if we don't have the answer, we just lose. But... we'll see. If we get Novigrad and Justice, that'd help a lot. So we can't just straight pass. We know he can't do that. Barclay's decent, but we need Zoltan's company, really. Didn't get it. This isn't bad, but it's not great. You can't just pass. I mean, if he does, you might think his long round 3 is better, but I don't think it is. Our issue is that we don't have Zoltan's Company, or Justice, which is how we get a bunch of our guys out in one turn. For Bruver, he's probably just going to revive the Melusine. Let me go this and maybe go Monroe. We'll see. He's going to go full combo this round. So he has Syndergriff's right still. There it is. There's the Melusine. It's pretty big. But he can't bring it back again. Pretty sure here we go for Monroe. This might be our Bruver round. But I really want to combine it with the Zoltan's Company. It's so many points. Okay, he's going to hit our armor, hopefully, here. There's the transform. We'll give ourselves an armor. I think we just play Figus. That was really not the card I wanted to hit. But whatever. He might pass, but he can't revive Melusine again. He's already used Bride, Right, and Fukushia. But he does have the tempo here. I can't play. He doesn't have Sigvald either. So we'd have to like have the Warrior, the veteran guy. Let's see what this choice is. It's going to be Burna. Okay. This is probably a skirmisher then. Hopefully he doesn't draw a second one. If he draws a second one, that'll be pretty sad. I think we do end up playing Bruver here, though. Oh, he didn't have any. Can we get ahead on cards? Can we? I think we go... Well, we're going to go Bruver. I'll give this guy the armor in this case. So we gain 5 here and do 3 damage. Gain 5 and do 2, that's 7. We might ping this guy. So I think it's worth throwing this out as well. Because this guy's going to transform, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boosts with 1 damage. That's 6. So we'll just throw it on this guy. Probably should have held on to this, the Forge ability. He has no more Melusine. Novgorodian Justice is the card we want here. Okay, Zoltan's Company is good, but... Do we keep this, or do we try and redraw for Justice? I think we try and redraw for Justice. Didn't get it. This isn't bad, though. We've got Guard. This will work out pretty well, I think. What unit are we going to play? Zoltan Warrior, probably a choice. So we're going to spawn this ranged. Spawn those guys melee, though, from Warrior. This guy. 5, 6, 7. Warriors 8. Let's go here. See what he has left. If he has a blue boy, that'd be pretty funny. But I don't know what else he'd use leader charges on. He probably has a Chursek veteran. And then that will be his use for these leader charges, but I'm not sure what else he'd have. This is the Oneiromancy. He might have a Coral, but I imagine he's out of any other big plays. Gregory of Volt for a lock for nothing. Good to see. Let's go Scoundrel here. Let's give us a nice little boost. 10-point play is okay. But as long as we keep our points spread out and small, I think he might have trouble here. The guard will get 1 point bigger from this. It's a little half through. Again, the rain won't do much here. We're going to finish with Zoltan Warrior. Question is, we play him this turn or next? I think this turn's better, because we get an extra point on the guard. So we'll go Decree, to Warrior. And these summon to the melee row, so we'll go here. Boom, boom. Or ranged row, rather. I thought they went melee. It is his row, so I was right earlier. Not going to end up mattering. What do you discard? Skirmisher. Alright, I did make a video on this. Discarding for this does not trigger the discard effects. You should have just played it, but we're going to play this here. And this will be a GG. There's the Peller. And that'll be a GG. It didn't matter what we do with this guard. He was out of all his power plays, and we kind of knew that. This gives him an extra 1 point. But yeah, GG there. He did his whole huge combo round 1, and then didn't have anything left for later in the game. That's how it goes sometimes. Just how it goes. Let's see what we have here. Deadeye. So Deadeye was a really good deck last patch, and it didn't get nerfed. So we'll have to see how we hold up to it. And this should be a pretty good test of our deck. Pretty good test. We got both Volunteers in our hand. Something you'll love to see. These guys can kill off Deadeyes, so we will keep those, I think. And then the Giant Slayers might be of use. I want to use them because they're new, really. We want Justice for these. We can Justice something else too, but I think, yeah, so I think it's worth putting back to try and draw the Justice. And then as far as our opening, we don't actually have a good opener card here. But what we can do is just go with a Skirmisher. And have some damage set up for whatever he does. We'll boost it, because he does have that guy who does 3 damage. Now we can answer something with this in the other Skirmisher. Just do this. I guess we just play Giant Slayer here. It's not great, but if we get the carryover, it's still worth 9. We do remove his engine card. It's obviously not an ideal start, but I think we can work with this. Let's go with the Justice, then our deck, get out our Mahakam Volunteers. We do have this Skirmisher I think we'll be doing coming up. We'll play coming up. He's going to kill us with a 3 damage guy. Just like this, but we can kill the Deadeye now. Let's reduce the number of the count of his guys, really. And build up our own count, so when we go with our guard, it's better. We do have another Giant Slayer, too. Hey, he's going to kill that. That's okay. Can we give this guy armor easily? No, so it's going to be a bit annoying. I think we go with this anyway. If he has one other one of these, he's going to ping the armor off. Bit annoying, but not much we can do about it. You have to make sure, and he also has Toruvio, could do the 1 damage to the row. But we'll see if he goes for it. We can't always forge for really valuable, or if we value the carryover that much. Okay, there's 2 Deadeyes. Who wants this Erlin coming out? This might be a Rebuke. Erlin, don't see the Rebuke? Okay, it's just a Yavin. We removed all of his leader abilities already. That's pretty good. I think we go Zoltan Scoundrel here. And we go for the melee ability. And then we hit his row with some damage. Stay ahead. He has no leader charges, so we're doing something right here. We do have access to our Mahakam Forge if we want it. But we have to watch out. He's got like Isengrim and such. Renaciel, big cards. But we really want to win, so we can like force out the Waylay combo. Because the Waylay combo is how we lose round 3. I don't know if we can beat the Waylay combo. We do have armor, but it's so strong. There's the Feigned Death. He's still pushing to win on even. I think he will too, because we can't stop this. There's no Broofer or something here. It's unfortunate. But we can't beat him anymore. Now he wins on even and still has Waylay. No Feigned Death for round 2. Still, we really need to save Fegus then. We need Fegus and Zoltan's Company and Broofer for round 3. Probably not going to get value from this. Or this. There's the Vanadane. Knew that was going to happen.
The Scoia tell must the woods abandon. Join us instead and defend the valley.
Let's see. What do? We might have to company this round, but then he waylays away the guys. Let's just play Berserker. We go down a card round 3, but I don't know what else we can do anyway. He's going to keep pushing here as long as he's got the Vanadane. Now we can kill those with our Zoltan Warrior. I do want the Rowdy Dwarves, though. So I don't really want them to die. Can't quite play this yet. We got one Rowdy Dwarf at least. So Waylay gets 2 more of his guys. Play our other Zoltan here. He's going to do his Alyssa still. We do have the Fegus, or the Dennis play. Our Zoltan does have the 5 armor, so that's a pretty big tempo play we can go with. It's pretty nice. There's the Alyssa. We talked about that. That's going to happen. I think we Dennis. The question is, do we also Mahakam Forge? You can also play Barclay. Let's go Barclay. He's not a huge play here, but he makes the Dennis 2 points bigger, so that's not bad. I was kind of hoping we'd kill the Vanadane. This is just going to be sim loss right now. This is 36 points or something. I think that's just GG. He still has Vernaciel. There's nothing we can do about this. Play these. And we go with the Monroe, but it's only going to fire each one twice. Hopefully we can block Vernaciel damage, though. Isengrim, so his last card's Vernaciel. He's up by like 37. Unless every Vernacial ping goes into armor and doesn't hit the armor on this side, I think we lose. There it is. And there's nothing we can do about this. Looking at the deck here and changes, I like the advantage, tactical advantage. Zoltan Warrior seems okay. The issue is with the high provision stuff here is that we kind of want, I think we want a Heatwave in here. So I think we might remove Warrior for that. He did okay, but the most he's going to play for like, well, he does play for 14 on deploy, assuming you don't hit armor and the things you hit don't die. So that's pretty good. And he has that one ping a turn, so it is a big play. And he has a pretty decent potential. But I think we might want a Heatwave so we can remove something that's problematic instead. Monroe is much better now. Seems like it's pretty good. Decree you can change for Oneiromancy if you want to. If you're going to swap this for Heatwave, you probably do that. So like this, 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 and this. And then you drop a provision here. You probably can do this. It's not a bad option. I think this might be better. Quickly do an exit without saving and re-click on the deck here, so I'll lose it. That's an option. As far as the other decks, I like the Zoltans. I liked having the Zoltan's Company spawn 5. It's really good. It's a massive setup for your skirmishers, or not skirmishers, for the guards and your Groover. I think it's worth having the Zoltans for that, and you do swarm more, so Scoundrel can find some value. I think that's pretty decent. You can remove him if you want. There are a couple dwarves we're not playing that are pretty good. So Yarpin, I don't think quite cuts it anymore. He still plays for 10, but the 3 damage isn't that valuable. And there's just better dwarves now. Gabor, I don't think's quite worth it. I think his resilience is not nearly as good a resilience card as Zoltan. Now you have Giant Slayers, so that's pretty good. And Xavier's a good engine, but he kind of, it depends. Like, he's a good engine, but you don't really need him. The more interesting cards are in the bronzes here. And the Miner is one of them. If you run Miner, you can get much taller armor. Well, get much bigger armor for Fegus and your Mahakam Marauders, which is really good. So you can run him. I think it's a toss-up between the Guard, Skirmishers, Miners, and maybe Pyrotechnicians, and the Agitators. I think you run whichever ones you like. If you want more control, you go Pyrotechnician and Skirmisher. If you want more engine values, go Agitator and Guard. And Miner, if you want to make the Marauders bigger. So that's pretty good. Guard, I think, is really good here. You can remove it if you don't think the swarming's as strong, but the 1 armor on all of the Rowdy Dwarves is super helpful. And I think it helps keep them all alive. I like the Skirmisher, by the way, for the Giant Slayer. Giant Slayer I don't think is the strongest card, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun to run. And it does get 4 armor on deploy, which helps with the Marauder. So I think for that reason as well, it's pretty good. And you definitely do that. You always run Chariots now, I think, if you're playing Marauders. A quick note here about the Marauders. If you want to have some more fun, and I tried this for a couple games, but the deck wasn't working out, you can just run Living Armor. Where is he? Living Armor has 10 armor. And the Dennis and Mahakam Marauder do not require you to target a dwarf. So any unit's armor, and then Fegus as well. Or not Fegus, what I'm saying. Dennis. It's unit's armor. So you can just run Living Armor. And if they don't kill it, you get a 14-point play. And you can boost the armor on it with Chariot and such still. So that's pretty good. It's fun. I don't think it's quite as good, but if you want a more a point slam deck for like round 3, that's a pretty fun option you can go with. And that's pretty nice. I did like it. I tried it out a bit. I did like it, but it was a little too inconsistent. But yeah, that'll be the dwarf deck for here, guys. Certainly some changes. Worked out pretty well in the end. I did run the Living Armor version. That didn't do quite as well. Then we made this one. This was quite a bit better. Miner's interesting point. I think I might swap Skirmisher for Miner. The Giant Slayer, though, it's handy to have the Skirmisher for Giant Slayer, so it's hard to say. But anyway, guys, that'll be for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.